Look, okay. I cannot explain to y'all how excited I am to be showing this to you because I was really losing faith in this tree. And for the longest, I thought that I was a little cuckoo and had imagined that this tree flowered last year. But now that I'm seeing it now, this is exactly what it was kind of looking like before all of these buds disappeared. So it did flower last year. It just didn't keep any of the fruit. So this is my Fuyu Persimmon. It's been in here since year one. I brought it with me when I moved here, and it didn't do too much the first year. It's making me very sad. Yes, it's raining out here, and I don't know. I like to see the trees just look so glowy when they're freshly watered too, and without my doing, because if this tree has been in here for, like I said, this will be its third year in the ground, I think. So it's been here for a minute. Now I'm just really like thinking about how much fewer fruit I would have gotten if I had pruned this, thinking these were, because they're growing upright, these were suckers based on the knowledge that I was provided. And there are so many flower buds and whatnots on this part of the tree. Like, look how many pieces of fruit that is. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm short, so this is about as close as we can be able to get. I hope you can see that well enough with my arm about to fall off. So I'm gonna just let y'all see it some more. I don't know, I just want to take you through the process of what it looks like in this tree, flowers and fruits, because I've been waiting forever for this. And I want other people who are like doing this very difficult thing of starting a food forest to kind of know what they're getting into and know what to expect from certain things. Ooh, let me see. See, they already look like tiny fruits. So Fuyu persimmons are self-fertile. I didn't feel like this tree attracted all that many bees. But it's not like I'm just out here 24/7. And it's not, and you see how they kind of look like small. They're like rounding out already with how small they are. Come on now, focus for me. Disrespectful. So I'm gonna tell y'all, this thing has so many little flowers on it. I guess I mentioned how I was really hesitant to keep pruning this poor thing. I took off quite a couple of branches during the winter when it was naked, a naked tree with no leaves and whatnots. But see, already in here, there are branches crossing and touching each other. Which is supposed to be bad for fruit trees in general, because it's creating a space for, okay, now we're getting a sun shower, creating space in an environment for disease problems to happen. Now, after watching some videos about improving crotch angles on the trees, it was talking about weighing down the branches so that they will so that the gravity of them will move the branches further apart to make the crotch angle stronger and more able to support fruit, right? But then I watched I believe a Back to Eden video. It was talking about how he just lets the natural weight of the fruit add gravity to the branches so that they will improve themselves. Now, see, that's what I feel like I'm gonna try with this persimmon tree for now, and also with my apple trees as they continue to develop. So that's one thing. And then the other is that Wow, the sun done changed. You see my big head shadow is just all in the way now. So, oof. Ooh, doesn't that look pretty? This branch is literally spiraling out and on the ground, and it's got fruit pieces, well, flowers that will hopefully become fruit on it. Now, I'm pretty sure there's no real circumstance where you would ever want your fruit growing on the ground, because it just becomes a beacon to sinister pests, and it's hard for it to ripen when it's not getting enough airflow, and it's like, you know, staying too moist. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to prune it anymore, and I don't want to sacrifice any more fruit if I don't have to, because I believe that, as with this tree, the branches, you know, have been getting thicker each year as they fill in. So I just feel like if I can keep this branch from breaking off through this year, I can have the fruit, the branch, and a more well-rounded tree. Because before all of this greenery came in, this tree literally had like no, I mean, it doesn't even have that many branches on this side of the tree as is. And this branch is technically on the other tree that's already heavily loaded, but it's going off to the side. But I'm under the impression that it might be able to hang on to that branch too. You see it's swooping all, that's the patch of comfrey, and it's got strawberries. So what I did was added my Yacon earth apple popped up, right? And apparently you can what's the word, propagate it from cuttings. I took a cutting from the top part of it, and it's beneath here. I actually took 2 cuttings, so I didn't want to, the plant hasn't been doing like just that much yet, so I didn't want to kill the poor thing cutting it to death. So it's actually doing pretty okay right there since, I mean, yesterday. Like I said, there's other benefits to the shade. A lot of cuttings will dry out too quickly if you put them in full sun, right? So I'm starting this one beneath here, because these stems on the Yacon are actually pretty stiff. So my thinking is that once, so this is the cutting, the actual plant itself that I took the cutting from. Yeah, okay. So the idea is that once these get taller beneath that branch, it'll add some support to the weight of the persimmons, right? To help offset it and support that branch until it can mature, right? So it's an experiment. We'll see how it goes. And I guess if you want to see these other, how else I companion planted this persimmon. Whew, this strawberry patch is looking luscious. I swear I got way more strawberries last year, and I just got a bunch of plants. There's some comfrey. That was to help crack the ground open. Because apparently persimmon roots are not that aggressive. They like need some assistance settling in. And so added some comfrey so they can help pioneer the pathway for the persimmon roots. So I got comfrey on that side. Oh, like I said, earth apple, the Yacon, it is an underground growing plant, like a rhizome plant. So that helps crack the ground open some too. So like the idea is for them to support each other. So that helps crack open the ground so the persimmon tree can grow through there. And then as the persimmon tree's roots open up the ground some more, the Yacon can grow bigger. Okay? So that's, this strawberry patch is looking luscious. Okay? Alright, and on this other side we have a goji berry, which my intention was to grow this through the persimmon tree so that it would stay off the ground, right? But it is not cooperating. So for now, I just put this tomato cage here to just keep it out of the walk. This what used to be a walkway. It's not very walkable right now as the strawberries grow in. But hey, if you don't mind not being able to see where you're stepping, I don't think strawberries make a bad pathway plant, especially if you are not gonna fight them or keep the runners in check, which I'm telling you is a full-time job. This started off as like 20 plants, and now it's like a gazillion, fafillion million. So they do make a beautiful walkway, keep the ground nice and moist. And the humidity is stupid high underneath those plants. This Comfrey is doing quite well now. So, I put Comfrey on this side too to help the persimmon tree along. Then I can also chop and drop that to help improve the soil. The goji berry is sending out some more plants. That looks like a new piece right there. So when I added the Comfrey last year, this persimmon really added a lot of growth. So I feel like that was extremely helpful. This year I mulched the entire food forest. So I'm hoping that'll help the tree keep this fruit. I mean, of course, I'm really under the impression, because the tree is still pretty young, that it won't keep all of this fruit. I feel like that's, what is the word? Unlikely, whatever. Okay. But, see, I pruned in this area, and there's more branches just coming off. I used some of the prunings to try propagating more persimmons. We'll see how that goes. But this other YouTuber, Lead Farmer, right, he was saying that don't be afraid to prune persimmon trees, they'll come back. And I was like, oof, I don't know, because at that point my persimmon tree was looking so sad and was barely growing. I was like, no, if I prune it, it's just gonna die. But now that it seems like it's finally settled in, I think when I do prune it some more, I'll just be using those prunings for trying more propagation. Because, that's one of the things about food foresting. You invest in a tree, and then you learn how to propagate, and then you can have 20,000 trees. It takes time and patience, but you take that one tree and you multiply. So anyways, that's just a bit of what's going on with my Fuyu. I will show you the other persimmon trees. They aren't looking very interesting right now, but summer has hardly begun. So if you want to support this channel, you can hit the description in the comments for links to streaming my music and buying some of my books, because I do poetries and stuff. Until next time, this is Home is a Jungle, and I'll see y'all later.